from us here in Kenya. My name is Boaz Kata from Tumoy Teas. We come to you live every Monday morning, 7:30 a.m. Kenyan time. Check your time zones, so know what time it is, and tune in every Monday. We began a conversation last week about Just Tea and Tumoy Teas, and it's a conversation that I would really want us to continue with today. So welcome and tune in. As I said, it's all about Just Tea and Tumoy Tea. Of course, the common thing there for us both is tea. Yes, Canadian company and a Kenyan company who met about 5 years ago and began a project to impact tea farming in Kenya. And we've taken the figurative version of the common thing, tea, to highlight what we really focus on, and that's right here. Transformational leadership, empowering dreams, and advancing Kenya. Tea for you. So that's a recap of what we began last week, and we said through the month of May, we are going to take you through our impact footprint on the different things that we impact on in terms of the Kenyan farmer and the Kenyan society at most. So I'd like us to continue that conversation this Monday, beginning with our first impact footprint focus. Great terms for you there. Steep love, brew goodness, infuse happiness. What's the difference between steeping and brewing? I think, the general act of making tea is brewing, whereas steeping is the finer, specific skills that are required in that tea making process. So borrowing from that is we want to really look at the finer, nuances, the finer details in in getting a tea to you. And we're focusing on those people. These are people who, either go out every day to select the most best hand-plucked leaves for you, or sit in our cottage factory, doing every effort to give you the best cup of tea. So those are the people we are focusing on today, and that's why we love them so much. So we're going to steep love for them. Now, in a context like Kenya and Africa, to get a job is godsend. People are out there looking for jobs in every way. So for the people whom we've managed to give a job, either at the farm, either at the cottage factory, that is already such a blessing to them. They feel very, very great to have a job, a place they can go to every day and make a living. But we want to go beyond that. We just don't want to give them jobs. But what other things are we doing jointly, Just Tea and Tumoy Teas, under the corporate brand of Just Tea Farmers? What other things are we going, over and above that to make sure that their job is just not a job, but very, very satisfying job? And that's why we came up with the acronym STEEP. One is the social impact. If you looked at any, and if you bought a Just Tea tin or a Just Tea pack of tea, you'll see a portrait of, one of the great people that work for us. And I mean, there are hundreds of these people. We will hope to have 200 or 300 different products so that you can have a portrait of each one of them. But those represent the social uplifting that we focus on. It's just, we've taken them to a celebrity level, Emmanuel, Christine, Alfred, and all the rest on the Just Tea team, Boaz included. I mean, it's such an uplifting feeling, and it's their social well-being that we are concerned about them, to give them a status and recognition in society that, makes them feel proud of who they are. A second thing is their technical skills. Emmanuel, for instance, Christine, Sharon have, undergone such amount of training to make them experts in their fields, tea crafting experts, tea manufacture experts, tea plucking experts. we are equipping them with skills. We've had experts from Darjeeling, from the UK, coming here, spending time with them, and really the transfer of such an amount of technical skills that goes beyond just getting their job. Of course, right at the center of it is E for economic empowerment. We give them jobs that I think pay 20% more, if not more, than the industry standards. So that guarantee of a job, but a job that pays you much more than the industry standard, is obviously a great feeling. The other E is for education, and my wife Jamila and a couple of other sponsors, Deborah from the US and Justy and Tumoitis, have come up with a library, and we believe we cannot totally, change everything in the education sector, but their literacy skills is a beginning point. The ability for them to read clearly in English and Swahili is just but a beginning for them to succeed education-wise. So we run a library, that runs and works with 3 schools from the neighborhood, get schools from them every other time, participate in our literacy or reading program. They can walk in anytime, get a book, read, and that's what we're doing for education. Last and final, the new baby in the house, physical well-being. We've begun a process where we are going to be encouraging them to do vertical small gardens just by their house, focusing on organic growing of vegetables. Paul and I did a trip to Kitale and realized the importance of good food, not for nourishment only, but just to keep diseases away. So we've begun an organic growing program of vegetables. We'll have someone train them on how to grow vegetables organically, just in tiny gardens by their houses, and overall improve their nutrition and their physical well-being. So that's tip for you. We ask you to, again, be a great part, be a great ambassador of this. If you drink Tumoy tea, Justy teas, of any other product, share it, tell your friends to know about it. As I said, we are going to the World Tea Expo in Las Vegas in June, and we ask you to, call all tea merchants, tell everyone to stop by either the Tumoy tea or Justy booth to know how they can obviously participate in this by buying tea from us, but overall would improve our footprint of our social impact. Thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in, and see you next week as we brew goodness. Thank you.